Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about academic transition words. If you've ever been told by a teacher or a research supervisor that you shouldn't start your academic sentences with and, but, or because, you might have felt a bit frustrated. After all, we use them that way in conversation all the time. In academic writing, though, we often avoid these at the start of a sentence, not just because of rules, but because they are informal. So, how do you write in a more formal tone? Let's start by looking at some alternatives to but. However, this is your most versatile tool. Make sure to only have one however in a paragraph, though, otherwise, you are making a circular argument. Conversely, you can use this when you are presenting a direct opposite of what you said in the previous sentence. Nevertheless, this is perfect for when you want to acknowledge a point but move past it. Ideal for those limitations sections in your research papers. So you would say, this is true, nevertheless, and continue on with your argument. When you want to add a point, starting with and can make your writing feel like a simple list. You want to show how those ideas build on each other, but in a more diverse way. Here are some alternatives. In addition or additionally. This is a clean, professional way to transition between supporting points. Furthermore, this suggests your next point is even more important than the last. Moreover, use this to add a new layer of evidence to your argument. You use this to build ideas together to make a larger point. Starting with because often leads to fragment sentences that don't have a main idea. So what alternatives are there that you can use? Consequently, this one is a great way to show that the idea in this sentence is a direct result of the previous sentence. Therefore, this is a classic logical conclusion marker. It shows how all the ideas have come together to make the ultimate conclusion of the paragraph or section. Just like however, though, make sure to only have one therefore in your paragraph. Otherwise, you are trying to make two conclusions at once. Accordingly, this suggests that what follows is a natural fit with the evidence that you just provided. Now let's look at some other common transition words. I'll start with two of my favorites. Yet. Yet is a particularly interesting word in academic writing because it functions similarly to but it carries a slightly different weight and sophistication. While but is a sharp pivot, yet acts as more of a bridge that acknowledges attention. It suggests that despite what was just said, the following information is also true and perhaps a bit surprising. Indeed. When you use indeed, you are flagging an idea as particularly important for the reader to pay attention to. It adds emphasis to what you said before. Other words that do the same thing are notably, importantly, and significantly. Some other common transition words include similarly or likewise, which is used to connect two ideas that share common ground or support the same point. In other words, which is used when you are rephrasing a complex idea to ensure the reader understands the insight you are trying to convey. For example, for instance, and specifically, are used to give an example of what you said in the previous sentence. Using these transitions isn't just about sounding smart or sounding more academic. It is about academic identity. It's about claiming your space in the scholarly conversation by using the language of that community. You should look through your readings to identify the transition words that you particularly like. Use them to develop your own style. Make sure that the writing represents you, not just the grammar and language textbooks. Next time you're editing your draft, look at those everyday transition words and see if you can swap them for something that better reflects the complexity of your thinking.